welcome to the show. I'm Lee Schneider, and we're out in Lake Michigan tonight enjoying a beautiful night of fishing. So far we've had some really good luck. What I hear in the show today, we're going to have staffers Eric Schmitz and Brad Shank going on a couple of deer hunts, and it sounds like they got some pretty good footage for us, so let's roll the tapes and see what happens.
Hi there, it's Brad with Boot-Trac Adventures. Today I want to tell you a little bit about a hunt that I was on back in late November. It was the first week of Pennsylvania firearm season. Been a slow season for me. Passed up a lot of decent bucks waiting on a certain buck. But unfortunately that one, well unfortunately for me, that one got taken by a neighbor, which congratulations. So come rifle season I decided, didn't see any shooter bucks. We went out, a decent day out. Decided we would take a doe towards the evening if no bucks presented a shot. Seen a lot of doe activity that day. One small buck off in the distance. But stay tuned to see what happens. Thanks for watching.
If you're looking for a place to go in Ontario with wonderful accommodations, a sandy beach to dig your toes in, or awesome bass and walleye fishing, Dog Lake Resort, just northwest of Thunder Bay, is the place for you. You can also choose to go with Black Bear Adventures and chase that black bear of a lifetime. Bonfires and beautiful sunsets are the norm here. This segment brought to you by Carbon Synergy, the ultimate in scent control. Beat them scentless. And by Pro Hunter Archery Sights and Accessories, featuring single pin slide and multi-pin sights. By Icotech, dead serious game calls and decoys. And also by Bow Dagger, the all-in-one bow stabilizer and bow stand. We stand up for your bow.
It's the first day of Pennsylvania rifle season. We just took a doe, as you'll see in the film. She come in. She I was actually going to let her live, waiting on a buck, but she came in and she was getting ready to blow and snort at me, so I figured we might as well fill the freezer. Stay tuned for the recovery. There she is. It's the first day of Pennsylvania deer season. Here we are this evening with a nice doe. She came in, we weren't going to shoot her, and made a decision to when she busted us. Gotta thank all of our sponsors for everything. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. Blessed for this opportunity. It's the last day of PA flintlock season. We just were fortunate enough to harvest the doe. It's been a long, slow year. Back in rifle season, I got a doe, but this year the bucks got the best of me. Looks like may have a few opportunities down in Maryland yet. Their archery season runs until the end of January here, so hopefully be able to get out there a little bit and see if we can still take another buck. Stay tuned, guys. It's the last day of Pennsylvania flintlock season. We were fortunate enough to harvest the doe. Wasn't quite sure I was going to be able to make it out this morning with this snow pushing in, but luckily it held off long enough to be able to get out and harvest this doe before I got to go into work. Got to thank all the sponsors. Without them guys, this stuff wouldn't be possible for us to do. And doe management.
Boot-Trac. Dead serious game calls and decoys.
Hi, from John with Grand Prairie Outdoors, and this is my tip of the week. So many people look at the now in your food plotting. You want to look at the future. So many people want to skip steps in favor of some short-term success. But long-term success is what everybody should be looking towards. Year one on your new food plots, you should really focus on fixating nitrogen, building organic matter, naturally smothering weeds. Those are huge. Another little thing most people don't know about. This year, I've got soil tests back from probably about 500 people throughout the United States. 90% of the soil tests I'm getting back are short on potassium. People are mining the soil. You might not notice it year one, you might not notice it year two, but if you're not getting enough fertilizations, the right fertilizations done on your soils to meet what you're planting, you'll mine the soil. It'll go from having success to all of a sudden it could be year 3, year 4, and your soils are not going to be able to sustain the kind of growth that you're used to. So, if you don't understand how to read a soil test, get a hold of somebody like myself. You tell me what you're planting, I'll tell you what you need to put down for fertilizer. And again, about 90% of you mined out your potassium in your soils. Some words of the day from John with Grand Prairies.
Stop starting out sopping wet. Start using a peat dryer. Do what you like best in the soothing comfort of peat dry, a peculiar kind of dryness that effectively removes wet and sweat from all boots. You feel better. Your boots last longer. Peat is easy to use and what you want. Go to www.peatdryer.com and start feeling better. Peat, the original boot dryer, and still the best.
This segment brought to you by Boot-Trac, the ultimate tracking and recovery system. Ultra Pro X cameras. The adventure starts here. Boning Archery, your archery equipment source since 1946. And Peat Shoe Dryer. We invented dry.
Hi everybody. My 2015 season started out like most. Just the food plots and the cameras out all summer. Got a lot of pictures of does, fawns, small bucks, and a couple of nice bucks to keep the eye on. So I decided the game plan of getting the doe in the freezer early on, take care of the meat, and then I'll wait for a nice buck once we get closer into the rut. And the plan really started to come together quite nicely. One October afternoon, I was sitting in the stand. It was starting to get close to prime time, and I'm set up on the edge of a bedding area coming into the woods with the fields out behind me. And I look over, and straight downwind of me, thank you Carbon Synergy, you covered me 100%. I see some deer coming in, and looking, looks like some does and fawns, 2 adults and 3 fawns. Like, alright, I'm gonna take one of these does out. They come in. I'm watching them, they hit my scent stream, well, what would have been my scent stream, somewhere around 100 yards, 80 yards out, somewhere in there. And they were coming straight in, they basically followed right up my downwind scent stream. And not a single one of them ever looked up or put their nose up or had any idea I was there. They ended up coming in right underneath me about 12 yards. Super. And they're kind of taking their time mingling, coming in, and I was actually having trouble keeping track of which ones the adult does were. And yeah, I let one of the little ones come in front of me. I'm like, alright, there they come. And I picked out a doe. It's like, alright, here we go. Set the camera. She got behind a tree. I drew back. She came right in my shooting lane, and I didn't bother to stop her. She was right there. I made the mistake of not following through on my shot. I just sent it and stopped. Well, shot hit her a little bit back, but she still only made it about 75, 80 yards back into the willows. So, mission number 1 accomplished. Got a doe down, meat in the freezer, now I can focus on the buck. November 19th. It's Wisconsin, baby. Boot-Trac Adventures. Let's start packing up. Sneak out of here. I'll get back with you in a little bit. We're gonna go start bud tracking that deer I just shot. Pretty sure he's dead right up here. Should be a short track. It ain't a little one, it's a nice dog.
I told you.
That shot was a bit further back than I thought. Still bubbling. Here we go. Sweet. I'm happy. Some good venison in the beef here, baby. Good mature doe. That's Wisconsin. Boot-Trac Adventures, baby. That's how we do it.
The Pro Tracker allows you a much better chance on recovering when you've lost blood trail, when you've lost track, or when it rains. The radio transmitter attaches to the animal's hide and then sends a radio signal back to your receiver so that you can track that transmitter. The Pro Tracker system gives you a better opportunity of locating and recovering that animal when all other avenues have been exhausted. And that is what this does.
At Grant Beret Outdoors, we strive to provide the best nutrition for your white-tailed deer, starting with the soil. We provide a full line of high-quality food plot seed, plant foods, and minerals, and are not about a fancy name or package. We offer a year-round program of nutrition and food plot education that is natural and innovative. We work with you to give you specific recommendations for your own properties. Together, we can help you achieve the next level in whitetail deer management. Grant Beret Outdoors. Why go anywhere else?
This segment brought to you by Ghost Blind. Not seeing is believing. By Grant Beret Outdoors. We're not about fancy bags. We are about complete whitetail nutrition. Ohio Paracord and Bulwarks. Dog Lake Resort, your vacation spot in Ontario for family and sportsmen. And by Game Changer, a new and exciting way to hunt turkeys. Shoot them in self-defense.
So now that I got my doe in the freezer, the rut's starting to pick up. It's the end of October, starting to see some more deer moving. Smaller bucks come through, letting them walk, waiting for a nice one. Had a few on camera that I was really waiting for. One in particular, he was an 11-pointer with a 10-point frame and a split brow tine. Really handsome buck, nice and symmetrical, good mass. Really hoping to lay eyes on him. Well, early November, I did. I was sitting in the stand one afternoon, and I was set up in a stand just not far, a little over 100 yards from where I shot the doe. And all of a sudden I hear a swoosh in the grass over behind me, not far away. Like that was a deer. I took a peek. Instantly, as soon as I saw that headgear, I knew it was him. He was a beauty, and he was 30 yards away, standing there broadside. I'm like, oh baby, here we go, it's happening. I had my camera on my right, he was on my back left. Couldn't get him on camera, so I waited. I thought he was gonna come down a trail about 20 yards in front of me. Instead, a doe pops out in the willows further out to the north, and he sees her, and of course, he's gotta go check her out. He gets out there and she jumps back into the willows. Alright, nothing, he's got no interest in her. I grunted a couple of times, got his attention, he turned and looked back, and he started coming. Now I'm getting excited. Now I'm pumped. So I set the camera, got ready, and he's coming right for my shooting lane. Comes around the willow brush. I draw back while he's still behind the brush. He hits my shooting lane. Then I stopped him. And then I had a second guess. There's a branch coming out. Like, that's not blocking the camera, right? Like, no, he's good. Take the shot, hurry up. You know, he's looking at you. So, put the pin on him, send it. Yeah, that wasn't good. I heard that arrow hit grass, and he ducked. He dipped hard. And actually, if you watch, he dips his whole body completely out of the way of where he was standing. So, obviously didn't get him. Well, I sat out the rest of the rut, hoping to meet that buck again. Never saw him again. Really didn't see much else. And that buck, I was watching, I was paying attention to what the neighbors were seeing, what they were shooting. All the gun season comes around and this deer still has not been shot, to my knowledge, until the very last day of gun season. One of the neighbors walked through the willows, kicked him out to another neighbor, and he shot him. Turns out to have a 16.5-inch spread, 11 points. Dandy buck, not making it till next year. Big bummer, but you know what, that's hunting. Just gotta wait. Go again next year, give it your all. Try late season. Everything you can. Put the hours on the stand. Sooner or later, something's gonna happen.